All right, guys, so I have to admit, I was really wrong about one thing, and apparently you can semi-dress up an Apple Watch. Robust sent over these two bands for me to try out, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's get at it. So in my opinion, it's always been one of those things where I was really hesitant to actually try to dress up an Apple Watch with a titanium or leather band because I really didn't want the watch to pretend like it was something it wasn't. I'm not out here pretending I'm wearing a Rolex when I'm putting on a titanium band on my Apple Watch. So it's something I really haven't done in the past. So when Robust sent over these two Apple Watch bands after watching one of my videos on silicone bands, I was kind of on the fence on whether I'd like them or not. Let's talk about each one of these bands and what I liked about them and what I see can be a little bit more of an improvement. So first off, let's talk about the titanium band. This is their TO1 is what they call it. And it has a really traditional look when it comes to the links, and it's 98% titanium. And one of the nice things about this titanium is that they match the finish almost perfectly to the Apple Watch. So when you go from the band to the watch, there is no kind of disruption in the transition or the finishes like you see with some other bands. They did a great job of matching it. I find that that's really crucial when it comes to these sort of bands. You do not want it to look like it does not belong with the watch because the finishes don't match. The other thing they got really right here was the attachment mechanism that actually goes into the watch fits perfectly. You don't get any of this kind of sloppy loose look to it, and the radiuses of the machining on the mechanism fit almost perfectly, so there are no gaps or overlaps when you put it on the watch. Also, with it being titanium, it is light enough to where you don't feel like you have this big heavy watch on your wrist. If it was something more like stainless or another heavier metal, it might take the Apple Watch into a realm that might get a little bit too heavy for your daily wear. Now, what would I have liked to see a little bit better on this watch? And first, I do like a folding clasp mechanism on metal watch bands. This one's more of a magnetic, just kind of falls on and clips. While it has been really secure while I'm wearing it, I haven't had to worry about it falling off at all. When you go to put the watch on, it is a lot easier with these metal watch bands if it is the more traditional folding design, because you slide that over your hand onto your wrist, and then you're able to clasp that while the watch is not going to fall off your wrist while you're trying to put it on. And with this mechanism, it can get kind of clunky when you're trying to put the watch on with all the weight and the movement of the metal band. But overall, I found that it really matched the Apple Watch very well, and it made it so when I wanted to clasp this up just a little bit, the fact that it matches so well made it so that it is a better looking watch on your wrist when you're in situations where you don't want to be looking like you're wearing a silicone band on a fitness watch. So second, they sent me this full grain leather watch band, which also, again, complemented the watch very well. The attachment mechanisms worked really well and are made out of the exact same titanium finish that the titanium band is made out of. And that titanium also is included in the hardware for the attachment. Now, one thing to keep in mind with real leather watch bands, they are meant to have this kind of patina look to them. When you first take them out of the case, it looks like this very smooth leather, and then you go to put it on and actually bend it around your wrist, and you'll notice it starts to kind of discolor and look worn a little bit. That's by design. They're supposed to have this really nice patina look to them, and this one is no different. They put a nice thread on the top of it for a little bit of contrast, and overall the thickness of the watch band matches the Apple Watch Ultra really well, and the overall look of the leather and the quality of it is really high. Now, one thing to keep in mind that you might not like about this leather watch band is that it cannot get wet. So if you're going to be that kind of person that does not want to take their watch off when they go to get in the shower, or if it's going to get wet for some reason, leather's probably not going to be the route that you want to go. I do find when I'm rocking this leather watch band, I end up having to take my watch off a lot more than I thought I would have to. So this kind of becomes more of a purpose-built band for me that I wear when I really want to have that leather look. But outside of that, the quality of the leather is really good, and having that titanium hardware that matches the Apple Watch Ultra perfectly is a huge plus. So guys, like I said, I actually really enjoyed wearing these two watch bands on my Apple Watch Ultra, and I was genuinely surprised on how much it didn't look like it was faking being another watch, and actually just dressed up the Apple Watch Ultra a little bit more. Now, they do have versions of these that are compatible with the rest of the series of the Apple Watches, and honestly, I probably would not put either one of these on any one of the other series. You really need the titanium look and the larger face of the Apple Watch Ultra to make things like a titanium or leather watch band look in place. For the rest of the series of watches, I probably would stick to a silicone or nylon, as those design of those watches really looks more like a fitness watch, even more than the Apple Watch Ultra. So guys, I want to hear what you think down in the comments section below. What are you using right now? Have you thought about sporting a titanium band? I want to hear what you have to say. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to Rob Sutton for more reviews like this in the future. Until then, on to the next one. Thanks guys, see ya.